Hey, buddy, can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you
Good.
now. I can hear you and I can see you. Uh, oh,
What?
are you ready to do all this?
I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Right? Okay.
Let me see if I can fix my background because that is a terrible background.
Were you trying to? Oh wait,
There we go. That's better.
what's your background?
No, I just added more light to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look better.
Wow. It looked better than what it just was before. It was this. Did you see anything change?
It looks different that way.
Switch it.
Yeah,
No,
it's brighter.
it's brighter, but it messes up the quality of the video.
Shoot.
Yeah, it distorts the video feed.
That's not good.
I mean,
Good.
you're still visible. Do you? That
That's
looks
better. That's better.
I just went back to the dark one, the original one.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, this
that's
is
fine.
this is fine. Do you have a ring light or something?
I actually I do. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, it's probably just on his laptop or something. And I don't know how he's gonna do this. Are you gonna are you gonna is this on your phone or your laptop?
Laptop.
Okay. All right. So how are you gonna show what you're doing? Are you gonna like switch to your like is this a webcam that's like independent from your laptop?
No, it's the webcam that's on my laptop.
You like?
It is the webcam on my laptop.
Okay, so during the video, what are you gonna use?
I'm just gonna use my laptop.
Okay, so you're just gonna like tilt it up and down and point it at the things.
Yeah,
Okay.
as weird as that will be, but
No,
I figured.
it kind of makes it'll make for a like a tripod situation. So I get that.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see if this actually will work. How's that lighting? Oh, that's better.
yeah. Um, do you have the ability to adjust your resolution output?
Say it again.
Do you have the ability to update your resolution, like maybe change the refresh rate or anything like that?
I'm looking at it now and I don't see anything. I was looking at my laptop settings more than anything else because it's not in Zoom.
Yeah, if you have any kind of a refresh rate thing that you can adjust or resolution, go ahead and increase that.
Because I don't see the blurry or I don't see what is going on, at least on my end, but I don't know.
Well, it could just be better, that's all. Like it's not bad, but it could be better.
I'm trying to figure it out now. I don't see anything on here.
One thing that you might consider doing is join the meeting on your smartphone and like do you have a kickstand or anything that you could prop your phone up with?
Let me just
And
use my
then
phone instead.
no, I'm saying you could do both. What you could do is you have the one camera set up, as like the tripod thing, and then when you need to pick up your phone to show somebody something, you can pick it up and be like, okay, here's the recipe, or this is what the cookie looks like up close, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
And then, so because it's Zoom, it should switch up. So it should automatically switch over to whoever's talking. So if your voice is closer to your phone, then maybe it'll pick that up too. I don't know. And just a thought.
Downloading Zoom on my phone. Should I have music playing in the background?
Should you?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No. We don't want to deal with any kind of we don't want to deal with any kind of like copyright issues or anything like that. And we need people to be able to hear you and not you and your music. Like you are more important. Like if you want to add that to your YouTube or something or your TikTok later, then you're gonna have to music to it. But for this, let's just stick with the video.
That's fair. I guess. Took all the fun out. No, I'm just joking. The silence. Okay, let me go back and try to join that meeting. So I can, yeah, I just submitted my phone.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like your video is off on your phone.
Well, not for the phone, it is
Well,
at the moment.
yeah, and actually what you might do is just keep the mic off on your phone and then turn the video on your phone. That way all the audio will come through. Well, actually, no, because the way it's set up, it's set up to go to whoever's talking, like to focus on them. So go ahead and turn the mic on your phone. And let's test it.
Testing.
Okay.
Huzzah. Huzzah.
Do you have your phone upright?
Let's put it down for a second. I have to figure out what to put my phone on. Oh, let me see. Boom, shakalaka.
Okay, for the record, it looks so much better on your iPhone. Is your iPhone upright or is it horizontal?
It is upright.
Okay. If you turn it horizontal, will it rotate?
Let's find out.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Your iPhone picture quality is so much better.
Android users. Let's see if I can fix it on my. Oh, that does look different. Well, no, it doesn't look bad on my phone.
Do what now?
When I'm looking at myself, like on the phone, it actually doesn't look bad.
No, what? Are you talking about your laptop?
Yeah, the laptop stream on my phone looks decent. I
Oh,
could even send you the screenshot.
So for me, I'm looking at both your phone and your laptop right now.
Oh yeah, the phone is significantly better.
Yeah.
Let me send you what I'm seeing. I don't have espresso stuck in my head. I'm working late because I'm a baker. So that's how it shows up on my phone. That's the regular stream.
Yeah. Yeah, that yours, I don't know, maybe looks a little more richer and smoother, but I want to show you what it looks. Hold still. All right, hold still, hold still. Smile. Ah, gotcha, bitch.
So is the iPhone on the right?
Yeah, iPhone's on the right.
See, that doesn't look terrible.
So
Let me see if I can fix my camera.
I mean, how old is that laptop?
I just bought it.
Oh, okay, well, cool. Yeah,
I
well,
bought it right before I moved out here.
okay.
Oh, I'm supposed to close this out
So,
quickly.
so how do you want this to look? So right now, it's set up to show both of you, or both phone and the laptop. But we can also make it so it just detects whatever audio is coming closer. So if you pick up the phone and talk, it should switch to that if we change it to that.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes. I'm about to come back in because it's doing my trying to see if I can fix the camera.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is there a way to do it here? Adjust background. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, video settings. You want me to do HD? Does that help at all?
Um, uh, Move around a little bit. Yes, it helped a little bit. It
Okay.
helped. It did help for sure.
Okay. That was in the actual Zoom stuff.
Yeah, if you look at the your webcam settings, usually there's like a resolution, there's a refresh rate.
So there's a video rendering method.
What is
That
that
is
one?
something that's in Zoom though.
Um,
And then video rendering post processing and video capturing method.
I don't know. It looks better already though, so that's a plus.
Okay. Think about me, think about her. Sweet, I guess so. Oh, Jesus. I actually had everything out that I needed. Actually, check. On a scale of 1 to good Lord Almighty. The people in already?
Yep.
Oh, wasn't ready. Hello, T, whoever that is. Mr. Cancel.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Adam. Okay, Travonee, I'm going to make you host. One thing that you will need to check on, you're just gonna need to make sure that, um, if anybody joins, like you have to let them in.
Just saying is I'm the captain now.
Yeah, that's right. You were the captain now.
Hey.
So how did you want to do this? Did you want to leave it like this, or did you want it so that it went to the speaker?
Say that one more time.
How did you want to do this? Did you want to keep it the way it is so that there's two images, or did you want to make it so that it would automatically change to whoever the audio is coming from?
Um, I am good with either way, to be completely honest.
Okay, well, so we'll just leave it like this then. But you might want to rotate your phone.
You're not my real dad. Like you're not my dad at all. The fact this is being recorded is awful.
All right. Well,
I fix it.
for a second. There we go.
Okay. So we still have 7 whole minutes until people. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna walk away. So this is all you. I'll check on it every couple of minutes just to make sure things are good.
Okay.
Give me a call if it all goes topsy turvy.
Okay.
And watch your language.
All right. Oh, this is so much pressure. I really should. Ooh, we have people in the waiting room. Haha. Hello, Alexandra. Is it that Alexandra or is it a different Alexandra? Nobody?
The chat says it's your favorite.
Oh no, two Travanees. That's the worst. Yeah, I think two of me is terrifying. Silence is also deafening. So I thought about doing a TikTok live thing at the same time, but I can't with the second camera. See, I was told not to play music in the background because I also want background music. Should also probably remove my in and out of the frame.
Do you want me to paste the recipe in the chat?
Sure, that's a good idea. Wait, who said don't curse?
I can see your brain.
My brain? Oh, you can see it. Oh, never mind. So if people would like to go across the board, we're letting more people in. I know we have people from all over today. So everybody's welcome to go ahead and say where they're from. Super excited to have you here. Somebody's from outer space. Wow, like an alien's here. I didn't think that was that cool. We got people from Huntsville. We've got more people coming in. Hello, Miss Lena. I also saw that Allison and Jacqueline both joined as well. And Mary, hello. We also have Julie, who just so happens to be here in Denver, well, around Denver.
Hi, how are you?
Weirdly nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. I'm excited. Hi, everyone. So, how
So
are you liking Colorado so far?
the weather here is absolutely beautiful. I've
Oh,
adjusted
good.
to the altitude somewhat now. Still getting there.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get used to.
But we got one more. Trying to let people actually join in before we get started. With Alexandra R is back again as well. So the question I have is, how many of you are actually baking along or just watching?
I just wanted to log on to a second computer so I can use my microphone.
Right, gets the stats up.
Wow. Fake numbers. It's all bots.
Listen,
I'm baking along.
all right. So people who are baking along, you are welcome to join with your cameras on if you need to.
Well, that just made me nervous.
Judge.
Judge, jury, and executioner. Here we go. I'm trying to make sure, give us a little bit
I'm
just
not
to make sure.
baking, I'm just CSOP.
I'm sorry?
Wow, the lag was great. I said I'm not baking, I'm just stealing your creative recipe.
You know what? That's fair. Could have just asked for it. I would have given it to you. Does anybody have their ovens preheated who is baking to 325?
Yes.
I may have forgotten to turn my oven on, but let's not talk about that.
Mine's slowly heating up, so.
We have time. Okay, so the first part of our cookies is going to involve us browning our butter. To me, brown butter is like the perfect additive to any type of cookie or cake recipe because it gives it like a very nutty undertone. Has anybody here ever made brown butter before?
No, I haven't.
No, now I'm nervous.
It is very simple. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our butter. We're going to put it in a pot or a pan. And we're just going to end up heating it. We're going to get it melted. I'm going to get my camera on that in just a second as well. That's where
Sorry, that would be the full cup of butter?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 2 sticks of butter. So because the recipe does ask for unsalted butter, when I went to the store today, I could not find unsalted, so I got salted. So for mine, I'm just going to leave the salt out of this recipe. But for everybody else, we're going to keep the salt in.
What temperature do we need the thing on for the butter?
So you want to get it probably about medium high-ish.
Okay.
And it would help at this point if you had a whisk.
Okay.
I know I'm getting ready to switch over to my phone so you can actually see how it's supposed to look. Come on, phone. There we go. So what we're going to do is switch it to here. We're going to look at so our butter is starting to melt. I'm going to turn the volume down here. So I'm going to turn mine up a little bit just to get it going a little bit faster.
I think you have to mute, not just turn the volume down.
Oh, still going through both. All right, let me mute my
Yeah.
camera. There we go. Is that better?
Perfect.
Perfect.
There we go. So we're just going to keep getting this nice and melty. So we're doing this. How was everybody's day today?
Long. I wish it was Friday.
I also wish it was Friday. Friday would be nice right now.
It was
I'm
just
just-
okay.
I got to go to a new school district today and work out there for just a little bit. And I felt kind of useless out there. Well, I feel like I was in the way more than anything else. Come on, butter, I need you to melt.
What's the weather like up there right now?
Um, so this morning when I went into work, it was in the 50s. When
Oh,
I left
yeah.
work, it was in the 80s.
Yeah, it's bipolar
So,
here.
I am enjoying this weather right now because I call this football weather, like that
Yeah.
perfect 50s and 60s and 70s.
Yes, it's really crisp in the mornings though, super crisp.
I had a friend visit out here from Pittsburgh, and he was actually kind of surprised at our weather, how weirdly it changed out of nowhere.
Yeah, right. Just wait until you get your first Colorado winter. It will be a blizzard at 7 a.m. and by 3 p.m. it's going to be melted. It's wild.
I will take that. I will happily take it being melted by 7 a like by 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Because
it's
me and snow
crazy.
don't really get along right now.
Uh-oh. You're in
Well,
for it.
it's not as bad. I grew up in Wisconsin,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so I am used to this weather. I think apparently there's people that are trying to join, and they won't let me see. I don't know if it's people are locked out, but I don't know. That is weird. So once we get our butter melted, we're going to keep cooking it. Essentially, when you are browning butter, we are just cooking the milk solids that are in the butter. Some people can actually take the milk solids and then skim this part out, and it'll make for clarified butter. But with this one, we actually want that here. So as you see your butter kind of starting to get kind of foamy, that's when you start whisking it. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to chime in at any time.
What's the meaning of life? I'm kidding.
Well, when you figure that out, please let me know.
Hey, you're older than I am. That means you're supposed to have it figured out first. According to my parents.
Can we find an adultier adult then? All right. You see how it's kind of just bubbling? It's not doing anything yet, but you're going to see all of a sudden it's going to start to caramelize and start to go a little bit darker. This is why I'm keeping it moving so that way it doesn't burn.
You have a good stove. Mine's not even bubbling yet.
Uh-oh. Oh, I
Oh,
may
yeah.
have turned my heat a little bit higher.
Okay, let me crank mine up.
Mary, how's your stove so far?
It's almost boiling. It's not quite.
Allison and Lena, are you also, how's your stoves? Well, how is your butter at the moment?
It's hot and bubbly.
We're just gonna keep just keeping this going. The funny part is this is probably the thing that's gonna take the longest in this cookie recipe.
Hmm.
So eventually the bubbles are gonna get a little bit bigger as you see that these are kind of starting to get at this point, like you really want to keep whisking this here because it's going to maybe take maybe another minute or so before it starts completely browning.
So when the bubbles start getting a little bigger, you said? Oh, I
Yeah, you want
see.
to keep whisking it.
I feel like when oops, sorry.
You will also start smelling a little bit of a caramelly undertone. almost like a nutty caramelly. I don't know if you can see the color of mine slightly starting to change now. And the bubbles will get smaller at that point. Did anybody see the color of the butter? No, as we're starting, as we got it browning now.
Looks good.
So once we get it to about this consistency, you could probably go a little bit longer, but I typically like to take mine off here because I don't want it to cook too much. We're gonna stop it and take it off the heat. You'll see it'll still kind of continue to cook even when it's off the heat a little bit. How's everybody doing so far?
Not quite where you are, but close.
Yeah, take your time. Like it'll get there.
I'm the same, not quite there, but getting there.
All right, I'm gonna switch it back for right now over to the other camera while I grab more of the ingredients.
You need a camera crew for all these angles. Does Shenanigans have a camera crew budget to, fly out to Denver?
I require lots of crews. All right, so how's everybody butter so far?
It's bubbling, not there yet. It's not brown yet, though.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's just facing the wrong way. There we go. I'm just going to turn this off for now. Mary, let's see your butter so far.
I'm trying. I'm trying to turn the camera around and not burn the butter.
Don't hurt yourself either. Safety first. I thought you were gonna say burn yourself, but
Can you see it?
Yes, you want to keep it whisking now?
Yeah.
So you should probably within the next minute or so have your butter completely browned.
Mine looks just like Mary's.
Okay. Adam, how's your butter?
Yeah.
From
I'm
there
just
on
watching.
out. Oh, okay. So from here on out, it's going to go fairly quickly, especially once it gets kind of like that opaque, almost yellow type color. It'll start browning fairly soon.
Go ahead and cut it off then.
Oh no, you want to keep it going until it actually starts to brown. All right, Allison said that her butter is brown. Congratulations. For some reason, hot to go is stuck in my head every time you're whisking the butter. Sing HOTTOGO. Okay. You're almost there.
I have brown butter and it smells delicious.
Brown butter is
Holy
the
moly.
secret to a lot.
That smells amazing.
So for those, how many of you are actually using a mixer or to mix up your cookies, or who's doing it by hand?
I don't know. What do we need to do? I got either one.
So I am going to be using my KitchenAid. But for those with brown butter, as Mary's finishing up, you want to take your butter and you want to pour it into the biggest bowl that you are going to use here. And you want to scrape all those extra bits and pieces out.
So like the main bowl we're going to be mixing everything in?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And there's a method to my madness to why we're using this bowl and not adding our ice to here. I mean, to the bowl that we just cooked it in.
Is that it?
I think your butter looks pretty brown.
Okay.
Let me grab. Where's my ice? Oh, there it is. So Mary, once you have your butter in your bowl, let me know.
You said put it in the mixing bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to be grabbing your ice next. You need 4 cubes of ice.
Okay.
So what we just did, we cooked out all of the moisture in the butter, which allowed the butter to brown, but we're going to add that moisture back to it. So what we're going to do is 1 cube at a time, we're going to add it to our bowl, and we're just going to whisk it until it melts. The reason why we are using it in the big bowls is because there's a chance that you may get some foaming or some bubbling. So this helps prevent that from happening or from it getting too far up. So I'm going to add my second piece. That smells good. Kind of weird. I feel like I'm giving away like state secrets right now. Because this is like the traditional 48-hour cookie that we would make in the shop.
I'm taking all the secrets. Give us more.
I feel honored.
There's a lot of different variations you can go with this as well once you are actually like done with the cookie. Like if you wanted to substitute out different chips or different extracts, you could do that as well. The cool thing about adding the ice, is actually will cool your mixing bowl down as well. And it also will give you a very silky mix as well. I'm going to turn this off. Hold on. So in our bowl, you should see how kind of silky it's getting once you add that ice and it's kind of cooling down a little bit. Everybody's looking like this so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm melting these last couple little chunks of ice in here. Why is it not melting? I think I may have. Oh, I cooled my bowl down. It's fine. Almost looks like an espresso in a way. Once everybody's ice is melted and ready to go, we are then going to add it to our mixer. And we're going to get ready to add the rest of our ingredients to actually get this cookie actually mixing. You know what? That is fair, Alexandra. Sometimes I also, no, I don't. I use my mixer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, once you use the mixer, it's hard to not use it because it's perfect for cookies, especially. Like it
It's
just
great
makes
for content as well. Things like TikToks and things like that.
ha 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 ha. Womp womp.
All right, is everybody's butter cooled down and ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
So what we're gonna do is now we're going to add to this bowl our sugar, which is 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of regular traditional sugar. So we're gonna add that to this bowl. It's also the time to add your espresso powder to it as well, and your salt.
How much espresso and salt?
I'm sorry?
How much, sorry, I'm on my phone, so I don't have the recipe. How much espresso powder? Was it 2
Gonna be 2
tablespoons or
teaspoons.
teaspoons?
2 teaspoons of
Teaspoons.
espresso powder.
Okay, thank you.
Add this here. The other thing the espresso powder is going to do is going to help bring out more of that undertone of that nuttiness. It's not going to taste like espresso in the cookie. So far I have my espresso powder, my brown sugar, and my regular sugar in here. What we're going to do is get it mixing. And just let it go for a second. Always remember to stop and wipe down the sides of your bowl. It's gonna look weird for a second, but it's going to come together. And then to this is when I typically would add my baking soda, which you need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to add that to it now as well. If you don't have baking soda and just have baking powder, you can also use that, but you need to actually do 2 full teaspoons of baking powder then. Everybody's
So
coming
far we added the sugar and the salt, you said?
the salt and your espresso powder. If you're not using espresso powder, that's fine. And then you want to add your baking powder as well, or baking soda. Let this mix for a second. Recognize that eggs are kind of important. It took me completely off. There we go. Is everybody's mixed together just like this so far?
Yeah.
So that was 1 yes. Mary, Allison, and Lena. Oh, I see Jacqueline's yes. I see Allison's yes. Oh, she's
Not
catching up.
quite close.
You didn't add the eggs yet, right, Travonee?
I did not.
Okay.
So, on a funny story about my eggs here, these were given to me by one of my kitchen managers at one of the schools. And I am aware, because this was in 2 separate things at one point, some of these are duck eggs, and I don't know which ones are duck eggs. So I am hoping today I'm not putting duck eggs in these cookies.
Would it just give it a different flavor?
I think it'd make it a little bit richer, but it wouldn't actually really ruin the recipe.
Well,
But we are going to get 2 eggs. If you feel your bowl should be completely cool by now. Does anybody want to volunteer to show their bowl right now?
you said go ahead and add the eggs?
Yeah, you're going to do 2 eggs, one at a time. One at a time.
Okay.
I'm going to let one mix in. I'm going to add the second egg. We're going to stop and scrape down our sides again. Please keep it mixing a little bit more. Once your eggs have been added, Then you can go ahead and add your vanilla, which you're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm gonna add my 2nd teaspoon. Just kind of let that mix in. This would be the time if you were going to do something different with it, like you could add almond extract, you could add ube extract, things like that, that kind of help to kind of bring it together. There's different ways you can do these cookies. First way that I chose to do them.
Mine looks more liquidy than yours.
Right, let's see yours.
I'm wondering if I didn't add something yet, but you did. Hang on.
So that's your brown sugar, your brown sugar, regular sugar. So you added 1.5 cups of brown sugar. Three-quarters of a cup of regular sugar. Mary, how much butter did you use?
1 cup.
So 2 sticks?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know why yours isn't coming up as something looks off.
Yeah. I might not have got enough brown sugar.
Well, whatever you don't have in brown sugar, you can replace with regular sugar.
No, I just had 2 separate containers. I thought I added enough, but it may not have been quite the right amount. So I'm just going to add a little more. See if that works.
Oh, there's a waiting room. Oops. Wait. We have one more person that just joined us. Oh, I can't see what that just said. I saw something about ube. Oh, the ube evaporated milk is really good. I wonder who gave them that idea, shenanigans. Lena, Allison, how is your mixture looking so far?
Mine looks good. I think it's a little watery, but I used coconut sugar instead of brown sugar, so that's probably why. But
What are
it
you
looks
using for a substitute for eggs? If you're vegan?
I'm actually using eggs.
Oh no. Oops, I should have said that out loud then. You could have used applesauce.
Nah, I used eggs. But it looked good.
Mary, what about yours? Does yours come together a little bit better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Has everybody added their baking powder and their vanilla to this?
Yes.
Yes.
Allison and Jacqueline? Why is it not letting me show? Okay, got everything so far. All right, so to this now, we are going to grab we're at the kind of final stages of mixing this cookie. We're gonna grab our flour. We're gonna turn off our mixer. Jacqueline just added the vanilla. So the way that I like to do mine when it comes to adding the dry ingredients is I like to add them with the mixer turned off and slowly turn the mixer back on. So on, oh, my mixing cup just broke. There we go.
No.
Nope, I fixed it. If I remember correctly, it's 2.5 cups of flour. Trying to make sure I'm. Yep, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Really, Alexandra? I like to. It literally just broke. Okay, I just bought these.
So do we add in some and mix it and then add in more?
So the way that I like to do mine is I like to add all of my rye, like my flour, first, like completely all at once.
Okay.
And then we're going to slowly mix it from there. 2.5 cups of flour. Some people may need to add a little bit more, depending on how watery your mixture is. So at the most, I would not go more than 3 cups, but it's not. We don't need that anymore. Okay. So I got my flour added here. Somebody has their flour, let me know. While you're all grabbing it, I'm going to grab my baking sheets. My baking pans, actually. So while we're mixing, what is everyone's favorite cookie?
Anyone that Travonee makes?
Oh, that's a cop-out answer.
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip is that's classic.
And chocolate chip with toffee because seriously, because of you. So
What about you, Lena, Allison, Alexandra? Actually, everybody here. Go ahead, chime in. What's your favorite cookie?
Anything with white chocolate chips
Oh,
or butterscotch. Ooh, I want to do something with peanut butter chips. You don't see that as often. Or just a good
So-
kitchen sink cookie.
So with this recipe, you could add peanut butter chips instead of the toffee chips, and it'd be just as good. I've done white chocolate
Por que
chips
nos
instead of-
dos?
I've done potato chips. I've done a lot of different variations of this cookie. It is kind of,
It's a good base.
it is a good base. Once you have everything mixed, that's where you can add everything, like start kind of experimenting with it. Like I used to do this for the ube. I would roll it in cinnamon sugar to do churro cookies, or like a snickerdoodle almost in a way. Oh yeah, I would do an ube Oreo cookie. So I would do Oreo chunks in here as well. But all right, once you have your flour, we're going to slowly, then I'm kind of turning on and off my mixer, just kind of as it's mixing in a little bit at a time. One is keeping it so our flour is not going everywhere, and two, it's not over mixing our batter. But once you get it like it's fairly mixed in like this, you can just go ahead and just kind of mix it in. Once it gets
Should the
mixed
mix
like this, I'm listening.
Sorry. Should the mixture be a little sticky or should it be more doughy?
It should be somewhere in the middle. Like it's going to be sticky. It's going to be a little bit stickier. So if it's too sticky for you, you can add a little bit more flour to kind of help bring it together.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely add a little more flour to yours, Mary. I would add about a quarter cup more flour.
Okay.
All right, so then once you have it just base mixed, not over, just barely combined, is when we add our chocolate chips and our toffee chips as well. I say 6 ounces of each. But if you're a coffee lover, I know each bag is 8 ounces. You can add the whole bag if you really want it. I'm just going to add just 6 ounces to it of the toffee. And I'm going to add, I chose today to go with milk chocolate chips on my end. But you could use semi-sweet. You could use, I gotta get this open. Semi-sweet, you could use white chocolate. You could use dark chocolate. I just spilled all my chocolate chips all over my counter. This is why I cannot have nice things.
Ooh, Travonee made a mess.
So I'm going to add my chocolate chips here. The ones that are not all over my counter at the moment. You can see here. And then from there, you can do the same thing, just slowly mix it. And it'll just kind of mix and combine together. I like to take mine out, like the mixer out, and kind of push out the stuff in the middle. So that way it can all be mixed in and mixed a little bit more evenly. Just gonna bring it back and finish mixing it again. Just until everything is combined. Then we will stop. The good thing about being on double cameras is people can't see everything. So I can get rid of my chocolate chip mess. Like it never happened. How's everybody's cookies looking so far? Shenanigans, should I send you the bowl?
Hmm?
I said, Shenanigans, should I send you the bowl so you can lick the bowl?
You should send them the bowl.
It may not be edible by the time it gets there, but you know. Oh, I was told to take a little taste tester. Oh, we have another. Welcome, Bryce. First time here? All right, I want to see everybody's cookie dough so far. Mary, yours actually looks good. It looks good. Jacqueline, let's see your cookie dough. Let me see it. Okay, I think that looks good. Lena, yours also looks good for a vegan. Lena and I have had this running joke for years that I always tease her about being a vegan, even though it doesn't really affect anything.
Well, I'm more vegetarian now.
No,
It
that's
was
fair.
you. It was you and your cinnamon roll, Travonee.
Breaking veganism at the core. No, I am not going to do that. I'm not taking credit for that one. But all right, does everybody have a cookie scoop, or if they're going to use a spoon? I weirdly have my handy dandy scoop that I had from good old shop days. So if using this, I've got a pretty big scoop here. This big scoop will get me 12 even cookies. Using a smaller scoop, it'll get you significantly more. It just kind of comes down to how many cookies you're actually wanting to make. I kind of like my cookies a little bit on the bigger side. But all we're going to do with these then at this point is just take the scoop evenly, and I take one sheet tray, and I typically like to just put them down on there. If you're baking
Okay,
your
so you have it
cookies,
on parchment paper?
I put down parchment on mine.
Okay.
If it's a non-stick pan, you might be okay. I just always trust parchment.
Same.
I'm gonna keep scooping here. I may get more than. Hmm.
Can you show me your
Oh.
cookie, Travonee?
Right now, I have all of mine just on one tray.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I have a
Thank
little
you.
bit extra on mine, so I'm gonna add this dough to it, to the other cookies, just to make it even. This is kind of how they were come out for me. Everybody else is lucky. I mean, is very, very encouraged to show how your cookies are looking on your sheet tray. No volunteers?
Hold on, please. Still putting mine on. I do want to show them to you. Hang on.
I will also take the time while we're all cooking cookies to thank Shenanigans and the center for having me today. This has been pretty fun.
Yay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the class. I appreciate it.
Kind of keep adding, making these
I think I'm gonna need another pan
Same.
for sure.
Oh yeah, you might.
Yep.
Yep. And
So-
Shenanigans and the Diversity Center thanks you also, Travonee. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this for everyone.
Yes, out of my very busy schedule, that is not actually that busy. So there's a reason to why I put all of them on one sheet tray. So the reasoning behind this is the fact of typically I don't like to bake my cookies right away. You can bake them right away. You just have to be very careful. I would space them out very, very, very well. Like I wouldn't do more than 6 on a tray if they're this size. But I typically like to bake, like wrap them in plastic wrap and let them stay in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours. So I am going to take a couple of them and we're going to bake them. I'm going to wrap the rest of them. I'm going to save them for a later date. But you can let them sit in for 24, 48 hours. The flavor definitely does change as you let them sit longer.
So that's gonna be way too close together, right?
In terms of baking right now, yes. So I would put, on that one, I would probably not put more than 6 on one tray. If you're going to bake them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do 4. Just going to evenly space them out.
Better or no?
Yeah, that's better. I would take your bottom ones and kind of just space them just a little bit more. The bottom left one was a little close. There we go.
Better?
Yes.
Okay.
Does everybody have their cookies scooped? That if they're going to bake them today?
Yes.
I can't see if anybody's typing anything. I just realized that. Chat's gone.
Yeah, mine are scooped. I put mine in the oven.
I didn't say put it in the oven yet. Someone's not following
Sorry.
instructions.
I couldn't wait. I'm
All right.
eating all the dough, so I had to get it out of my way before I eat all the dough.
So we are going to take them, we are going to add them to our oven. I don't remember what the time on that recipe says. For me, I typically let these ones that are this big go about 18 to 20 minutes. On the recipe, oops, we'll just switch back over to the other. So on the recipe, it's saying for, what did I say? Oh yeah, I said 20 minutes. If they're a little bit smaller, you're going to check them maybe after 12. The real question is, what am I going to do with all these cookies now?
So does it
Alice
tell
does
us
also.
more- Can you tell
I'm
us
sorry?
why you usually wait to bake them?
So the longer they sit, one, it helps with them spreading. Because these are going to spread a little bit more if you throw them right directly in the oven.
Mhm.
2, the brown butter flavor and everything kind of gels together the longer it sits. So like I have actually taken it, and I encourage you all to do it as well, where you bake some today, bake some tomorrow, and then bake some the next day and see how different they taste. The spread will be different, like in terms of how far the cookies spread. And then also the actual flavor will be a little bit deeper the longer it sits.
The actual what?
The actual flavor will be a little bit deeper the longer it sits.
Okay, what do you usually put them in the freezer in?
I typically just wrap my pan in plastic wrap and I just refrigerate them.
Refrigerate them. Okay.
Yes.
Can I just put it in a container or?
You could, it'll make it a little bit harder to scoop. I like to have mine scooped so that when you go to throw them in the oven, they're not kind of at room temperature already.
Oh, like in a container scooped. Sorry.
Oh, so like I just literally left mine on the sheet tray and just covered it in plastic wrap.
Okay.
So when I go to bake it tomorrow or the next day, they'll actually be, I could just take the pucks and put them on a sheet tray for how long I'm going to bake them for, and they leave the other ones that are still there. I don't blame you, Jacqueline, for cooking one pan today and waiting tomorrow for the other one. I don't know what just happened. Oh, Adam just left. Are there any other questions so far on the cookies? I don't blame you.
Did you start all the way over from the beginning? I haven't been paying attention.
So we actually recorded this one, so what a perfect time to fall back on that one. So with the cookie dough, as I've explained before, you could also do, like if you want to leave the chocolate chips out, if you want to leave the toffee chips out, you can kind of substitute things. You could do peanut butter chips. You could do or crushed Oreos. You could do almond extract instead of vanilla extract, or any other extract that you like. As the holidays are coming up, these would be a good holiday cookie. I used to actually take these same cookies and like not add anything to it, or maybe some caramel chips, and roll them in cinnamon sugar. So when you roll them in cinnamon sugar, they kind of come out with a crispy crust on the outside of it. So there's all different types of ways you can kind of have fun with this one. I know Alexandra mentioned white chocolate chips. White chocolate chips are my favorite of chocolate, even though there's not really chocolate, but still. But you could do like white chocolate. You could do dried fruit. You could do, like, I've done dried cherries. I've done freeze-dried strawberries in it. You can kind of do a lot of different fun things with this cookie, with cookie dough. Julia, I keep seeing all of your baked goods that you keep posting on Facebook. and we're gonna have to trade at some point.
Oh my God, I would love that. I don't want you to have my stuff, but I'll definitely take all of your stuff.
I have to figure out what I actually want to do with these cookies. I may take them to work tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat all of mine.
So everybody's cookies
So
are
is
in
this
the oven.
a recipe you came up with?
Yes and no. I have altered it a little bit, but it started as a different recipe originally.
Gotcha.
Weirdly, I think I saw like the original brown butter cookie on, it may have been like Food Network or something. And I'm like, oh, I want to do a cookie, but I want to take it and make it more my own, which is why there were so many different variations in the shop that would be constantly changing it.
It's a good place to experiment.
Oh yeah. So Bryce, what else does the center have coming up?
It's Banned Books Week. Y'all should go to our Facebook page and comment your favorite book, and you can be entered to win a free book.
Ooh. Do they ship?
Yeah, it's literally through Amazon.
Nice.
The winner just has to give an email, and the Diversity Center will ship it out.
What's the Facebook page?
I think it's just called The Center. I should know. I post on it. It's just
If you go to huntsvillelaughs.com, you'll be able to find the information for the center. It's also called the Diversity Center, so just keep an eye out for that. As far as upcoming events, we don't really have anything right on the books just this moment. I am in the works with the local artist who is talking about making art from old books. Kind of intriguing. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that, but we don't have anything quite set in stone just yet.
I do know we have spoken about possibly doing more of these. What are some things people would like to learn how to make?
Cinnamon rolls.
Your
Yeah.
ube cupcake and your buttercream.
Yeah,
Oh,
cinnamon
the
rolls
cinnamon.
and a cupcake. Yeah.
Okay, I see
You want us
cinnamon
to keep
rolls again,
going?
and I keep seeing cheesecake.
We
This
can
is
go
gonna
all
take a
night
while. That's
with
gonna be a
what we
longer
want you to teach
class.
us.
Oh, cheesecake is good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll check my cookies as they are about 7 minutes away. So I know at some point I've been talking about doing a TikTok with me making the cinnamon rolls, but it is so time consuming at times. So I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do it. I
We
know we did
definitely want you
one.
to do it. So
I know I did one for making Chicago deep dish pizza. And in the 1 minute video, people did not see the like 5 hours worth of mixing and stuff that all had to be done. Jacqueline, I'm glad you also survived it.
That sounds amazing. You said that was on TikTok?
Yes, I did a video doing. What else have I done so far? I've done these same cookies. I've also done a Chicago deep dish pizza. I think I've done something else as well. He will thank you later for taking over the entire second shelf in the fridge. This is the hard part, is waiting on the cookies. Oh, I'll show everybody my oven mitt. So this oven mitt was given to me by the owner, or the former owner of Sugar Bell, on our last day of being open. It is a infinity gauntlet.
That's awesome.
The funny thing is that he then later told me that it was recalled because it wasn't actually holding heat. So he kind of set me up. Does anybody have any special weekend plans going on?
Yeah, I'm going to the South Star Festival. I'm excited about that.
You have to let me know how it is. I'm very
Oh, yeah.
excited for you.
There'll be pictures and videos and whatnot.
Yay.
You'll be shaking what your mama gave you to TLC.
As long as this lasts and as tired as I expect to be, I'm not going to shake much of anything. I'm going to sit very still.
Going to the library to do art.
Nice.
There's a
What
burlesque
about you,
event
Julie?
on the at Shenanigans this weekend.
Ooh, what is Shenanigans going on?
There's a burlesque event.
Oh,
Yeah.
I miss Shenanigans.
It misses you too.
Ew. What about you, Julie, Lena, Jacqueline, Allison? What do you have going on this weekend?
We are going on the boats, enjoying the last couple of weekends of nice Colorado weather before it gets yucky.
That is fair. How yucky is it going to get?
It gets yucky. It gets yucky.
This makes me kind of nervous.
How do you like the
Artists
traffic
pop up.
here?
I'm sorry?
How do you like the traffic so far?
It's not as bad as Atlanta.
Okay. Okay, good.
Like it goes. It is a lot, but it is. I've gotten used to it. At least it keeps moving.
Yeah, that's the worst part about our winters is the driver, like the people driving.
Oh yeah. So Millcat has an artist pop up this Saturday as well.
Nice.
And we have seating and air conditioning, although it's actually cooled off this week because of the
In Alabama?
hurricane, yeah. And I'm gonna try to have like some treats or something for people. I don't know yet. We'll see what I can come up with.
This would have been a great time to be making those treats.
Wow. Well, okay, I'm getting my groceries tomorrow, so maybe I'll make it tomorrow.
The class was today, ma'am.
I didn't have grocery budget today.
You know what? That is fair.
Groceries ain't cheap.
You're not wrong. Allison says she's just working And she's going to CamiCon next weekend. So my timer is getting ready to go off. I kind of feel like this cookie needs to go for. I'm gonna leave my cookies in for another 2 minutes. I set mine for 18 minutes. But how's everybody's cookies looking?
I think mine are done. I did mine way smaller though.
Oh yeah, if you did them smaller, they should be done by now. They definitely look like cookies.
They look amazing.
We gotta see them. Yeah, let us see the cookies.
Dun dun dun. If I messed up, I did not mess up. Just ignore it. Can you see them?
I cannot.
I don't
I'm
think my
trying to
video's
see.
working.
Oh wait. Oh, those look good.
They're on the smaller side. I did go smaller.
They still look good though.
Thank you.
They're nice and round. What about everybody else? Let's see your cookies.
I'm slipping out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Still in the oven. I have like 1 minute.
I have 30 seconds. Okay. And I will show you why we typically are. I let them sit because they definitely get spread. Can't see. My cookies came out. Ooh, very hot. Actually, I will use the phone for this.
Here you go, Travonee.
Those look good.
Okay.
This is how mine came out. I see how they kind of spread a lot more, even though I had just 4 on here. By letting them sit in the fridge for a couple days or a day or so, you're going to get about half of this. You'll be able to fit 6 on each tray. Is how I kind of do it. And now the hard part is just waiting for these cookies to actually be done.
For them to cool off a little.
For them to cool off. You do not want to burn yourself trying to eat a hot cookie. But if it looks a little bit under, don't forget that it will carry over cooking. And as it cools down, it will harden up a lot more.
Okay.
Where's the best place you've had a cookie from?
I don't know. Chris made some homemade chocolate chip cookies last week. They were pretty good.
Nice.
I used to go to this place called Regali.
Never heard of her.
There's actually a creator on TikTok, Sugar and Slice. Her sugar cookie recipe is amazing. One of my favorite.
Ooh, you should send me that recipe.
Definitely will.
I love
It's
a good
no
sugar
chill.
cookie.
Yeah, it's no chill.
I'm also no chill.
I like the little skillet cookies from places sometimes,
Yes.
and they put the ice cream on top.
Those cookies are very good. Especially when like nice and hot. Let's set these up here. So we're waiting on these cookies to cool because I definitely want to get a cookie. So after thanking Shenanigans, I also want to thank all of you who have also come and sat and watched me actually try to bake cookies today.
Thanks for showing us.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
giving trade secrets now.
Yes, thank you for showing us.
So Julie, were your cookies actually able to be picked up? Like when I think I saw you lift up one of them.
Yeah, yeah. I had to use my my little cookie spatula to get it off of the parchment, but I already ate one. I'm sorry. I don't wait.
I was getting ready to ask about
it. I couldn't help myself.
How was it?
Amazing. That brown butter, I've never had that or done that before, and it's really good.
It is a secret to like try to create weird depths of flavor, like caramelly or nuttiness in something. Brown butter is the way to go.
Yes, it pairs perfectly with the toffee bits.
Oh yeah. The original recipe does actually make toffee from scratch. We were not doing that today.
Thank you.
Hey, Travonee, turn off the audio on either your phone or your laptop.
Oops, my apologies. I thought I turned it off.
I would have never tried the brown butter without you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get one of these cookies. All right. So this is cool enough now for me. So if anybody wants to try their cookies with me,
Give it to a plate now.
that's a good cookie.
Mm.
How was your cookie?
Yummy.
Jacqueline, what about you? Lena?
Delightful.
I know Julie already had a cookie.
Sorry. I had multiple, to be fair.
Asher, we can send you a cookie. She's not listening to a word I'm saying. But really, that's all that there is to it. I thank everybody for coming out today to bake some awesome cookies with me. Hopefully, we'll see you next time for. We'll see about City Girls.
Come on, pressure's on.
Thank you for the class. I appreciate it, and I'll definitely be at your next one.
Oh yeah, this was fun.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Well,
Thank
y'all
you,
have a
Nick.
good night. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks, Travonee.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Mary. Bryce, can we stop recording? Thank you, Jacqueline.
All right, bye, buddy.
All right, goodbye.
My friend, Lincoln.